Alright, y'all. So I'm here to do the Real Housewives of Atlanta and then the Real Housewives of Potomac finale. I'm doing it all together because, oh Lord. First of all, I'm in pain, y'all. Like physically, my mouth is in a lot of pain, but I'm just annoyed by the whole situation, especially on Potomac. I'm not even like gonna dignify with giving that a whole video. So let's start off with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. No shade. I think this is gonna be a boring ass season because this is who we got this season, y'all. We got Cynthia, boring. Candy, boring. Who else we got? Kenya, boring. Portia is the only person who got a little bit of yang yang. Look at my dog again. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Look at my dog. Sit down somewhere. Don't mind if y'all see his face every now and again. But yeah. So and then I think we have Drew Sidora coming on this season. This is gonna be boring as fuck. I already don't care about any of the storylines. A lot of the storylines are like storylines that have been dragged out forever. Let's go to Candy. Candy's storyline, this whole damn thing is gonna be, the whole situation between Block, which is her baby father, aka Riley's daddy, and trying to get child support from him and trying to figure out whatever their relationship is. This has been a storyline for Candy multiple times. Now, granted, that's her real life and stuff, but I really don't care anymore, and I damn sure don't care now that Riley is a grown woman with a nose job. I don't care anymore. I don't care about her relationship with Block. That's between her and her damn daddy. Okay. I do think I do think that some of the things that Candy told Riley that like Block was saying to her, I think that that's inappropriate in the sense of I think at the end of the day, yes, you can be real with your child about whatever the hell is going on, but I do think at the end of the day there's a fine line that you gotta walk because that is still her daddy. So you telling her that, oh well, he called me a bitch and this that and the third, she don't need to know that. That's none of her business because that has nothing to do with her. You get what I'm saying? I just felt that conversation made me a little bit uncomfortable because it was coming off as if Candy was talking to me to Riley like she's talking to one of her friends, like, oh, he ain't doing this and he ain't doing that, he ain't doing this. Like, there are certain things that you don't need to be telling your daughter, okay? Point blank, period. Number two, I found it hilarious that when Candy was like, yeah, he gonna call me, you a broke bitch. Todd's face, classic. He was like, he called my wife a broke bitch. I feel you, but Todd did the right thing. He's staying out of it as he should because it's none of his business. I mean, it's his wife, but it really ain't his business at the end of the day. Candy chose to lay down with. I'm not going to even say. I've heard enough about Block. That's all I'm going to say about that. Anyway, so yeah, I don't really care about that. Secondly, this is something really, really, really small, but I would like to know what is Riley going to school for currently? Because she keeps saying that Riley is going to law school, but that's not how it works. You don't graduate from high school and go straight to law school. You go to undergrad for 4 years and then you go to law school for 3 years. So my question is she doing pre-law at NYU or is she going for like criminal justice at NYU? That's the only thing I would like to know because you don't go from high school straight to law school. So I would like to know what specifically it is that she is majoring in. Not that that's a big deal. I just would like to know. I'm interested because I'm going to law school, so I'm just interested. Anyway, so yeah, so that's that on that. So to me, that's boring. And then we talking about another restaurant again. Like Candy's storyline is the same over and over again. Either a new restaurant that she's opening up, some drama between her mama and Todd, or some shit like with Riley or something. Like I don't care. I don't care. If I know a lot of people. Let me say something. Rest in peace, Ty Couture. Rest in peace, Ty Couture, who was a YouTuber. And the reason I say rest in peace to him is because the main reason I even started watching Ty Couture is because this was maybe like 2 or 3 seasons ago, whatever. I felt like Ty Couture was the only fucking YouTuber that could see through Candy's bullshit. It feels like everybody else that reviews this show for some reason always holds Candy to such this high fucking pristine, like she's so much better than everybody else. And the only difference between Candy and everybody else is that she got more money. That's it. Outside of that, Candy to me is like everybody else. She's just as messy. Okay, she's met. At the end of the day, Candy has become over the past couple seasons the new Sheree. She is a bone A bone carrier. That's what she does. And it kind of bothers me that a lot of people that I see review the show, they rarely ever call Candy out for her role in a lot of the messiness. Candy stirs a lot of shit. A lot of shit. Intention, whether her intentions are good or not, she stirs shit all the time. She's always going, like, even I believe it was maybe like last season or whatever, when I think like she was talking to Portia about something or whatever, and Portia had said something about Kenya, and then she went right back and told Kenya exactly what it is that Portia said. I don't like that type of shit. And Ty Couture to me was the only fucking reviewer, the only person I seen on YouTube that would really hold Candy to will hold Candy to task. It makes me mad. I don't know. Candy is just like Sheree. She's just like Sheree. She's just like Ashley. She's a bone carrier at this point. So I don't want to see her no more. Secondly, Cynthia, I love you, girl, and you are beautiful, and that's the only reason I really like you on the shows, because I just think that you're so fucking beautiful. But I don't care about you and Mike Hill getting married. I don't care. I damn sure don't fucking care that, regardless of COVID going on, that you still want to go ahead and have this big ass fucking wedding. And like Mike said, is do you want to get married or do you want to have a wedding? You need to decide which one it is. I still don't agree with you having 250 freaking people at your wedding. That's selfish at the end of the day. And you keep saying, oh, well, if 10, 10, 20 is our it's supposed to be the date. Like he said, then we can go ahead and get married. And then we can have a wedding date, our wedding at a later freaking date. I don't understand why you so fucking pressed, Cynthia. You are over 50 years old. This is your second marriage. No, I don't think she was married to Leon, but this is your second. Leon is fine as hell too, to this day. But this is your second marriage. Why are you acting like a 20-something-year-old who you never been married before? Who cares, girl? Understandable, you want to have a nice wedding, but who cares? Like, COVID is going on. Nobody gives a F-U-C-K about. Nobody's trying to die behind seeing you get married. Don't care enough. So I don't care about that storyline. Then we go to Kenya. And Kenya, for the second season in a row, is complaining about her trash ass marriage to Mark, which we all said from the very beginning was not really real. It was, I don't want to say it's real. I mean, they're married, but in the sense of it was a quick wedding. It was a wedding out of convenience. Y'all wasn't really in love with each other. All of that. And all of that was what? True, okay? And at the end of the day, I've been saying this from the beginning. Kenya and Ashley Darby are the same freaking people. Both of y'all hoes, for years on this show, for the first couple seasons y'all was on this show, came for everybody's marriage. Kenya, you came for Phaedra's marriage. You tried to fuck Apollo. I don't care what nobody say. You tried to fuck Apollo, okay? You came for Nini's marriage. You came for everybody's marriage that you could come for. When Kim Fields was on this show, you called her husband gay. I don't know how many times you came for Kim Fields. And so now that you have a shitty marriage, girl, I do not care. I don't care. The sympathy for me is no longer there. I don't care. I do not like to see anybody be in a sadless marriage, and where they're getting treated badly. That I don't like. But as far as me caring, as far as me having sympathy and empathy, I have none. Same with Ashley Darby. Ashley Darby, all that shit you talked on everybody's marriage, and your husband is the one around here allegedly grabbing butts left and right. I don't give a F-U-C or the K about your marriage. Don't care. So Kenya, I guess that's all we're gonna hear this season, because again, we start off with Kenya and she all in her feelings and she want to go see her lawyer, and and how she thought about doing the divorce before, but now she's more sure about it, and even when she goes to New York with her child to go see her husband, she stays in a hotel, not at his house, but at a hotel. Whatever. I don't care. Candy and Cynthia came over to come and see Kenya to talk about it. I appreciate Candy and Cynthia being real, saying we really don't like this nigga. We don't think y'all should be together, but it is what it is. You do what you want to do. What else we got? My bitch Portia, she out here on the front lines like we've been seeing all summer. My girl Portia's out on the front lines. Black Lives Matter. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Justice for George Floyd. Justice for everybody, okay? Specifically justice for Sandra Bland. I'm not gonna let that one go. And I like how she made that deal saying I would never kill myself. That type of stuff, you need to do that. It's important. I don't think nothing else important happened on that show. Nope. So we'll wait for Drew Sidora to come through. and see what the little spice she give. At the end of the day, this is how I feel. I feel like Real Housewives of Atlanta, it really has run its course. Um, this is what I feel. I feel like keep Portia. We'll see how Drew does, but get a whole new cast. Everybody else has to go. There is no longer no point of Cynthia, Kenya. You know what? I can see people say keep Kenya for the drama, but as far as Cynthia and Candy, I don't see why they're on the show anymore. It's not for what, like, y'all don't bring anything to the show anymore. Y'all could go. And as far as I'm concerned, the Real Housewives of Atlanta needs a completely. They need to be revamped. Like I said, you need to maybe keep Portia, maybe keep Kenya, and get a whole rack of new girls that's a little bit younger, because this same shit over and over again, I'm tired of it. I don't care anymore. It's I don't care. Unless we're gonna bring Phaedra back to spice it up, I don't care. So next season, if you're not bringing Phaedra back, get rid of everybody else and bring on a whole new crop of women. Period. That's the end of that. Don't care anymore. Let's move on to the Real Housewives of Potomac, the season finale. Okay. The messiest housewife out of all of the franchises has got to be Michael Darby. Michael Darby is the messiest housewife. He's like the messiest housewife next to Uncle Ben that we have seen in quite some time. Like, it was Uncle Ben for a long time. If y'all don't know, that's Peter, aka, Cynthia's ex-husband. But you want to know what? Michael Darby has stepped right in there and he's taken it up a couple notches. Okay, I'm not talking about. I'm gonna say this one time only. I'm not talking about this fucking fight. No more. I've said whatever it is that I want to say on it. I'm not talking about it no more. I don't care. I've said what I said. The fact that y'all stretched this non-fight, because it wasn't even a fight, this hair pulling situation out this entire season, is why this has probably been one of the worst seasons of Real Housewives of Potomac. I can honestly say this is one of the worst seasons of Real Housewives of Potomac. And Real Housewives of Potomac used to be one of the better ones, but this season has literally dropped it to the floor because y'all have literally took one incident and stretched it out an entire season, and it's been so annoying. Like, if you watch my Real Housewives of Beverly Hills review, you would know that when that whole situation with Denise happened, and they stretched that shit out over the course of the whole season. Every episode I was coming on here and I was cursing everybody else because I was tired of hearing about it. I don't care anymore. I do not care. Let's get to what really to what's really important. Michael Darby, you are messy. For you to sit up there first of all and tell Ashley, well, he's not gonna get married. Let's just be real. Michael Darby, you want Juan. Now some people are saying that there's actually something going on between Juan and him. I don't think that. I personally think that Michael has an inflated sense or an inflated idea of what his friendship is with Juan. I think he is attracted to Juan, and I think because Juan is actually nice to him a little bit, somewhat, I think he has an inflated sense of ego between their relationship. Because if you see, he don't pull that type of shit with um with Monique's Chris. Like, and apparently, Monique and Ashley and them, they're quote unquote close, right? But I don't ever really see him try to have that relationship with Chris. I think that's because he knows not to try Chris at the end of the day. He knows not to try Chris. But when it comes to Juan is a little bit nicer, so I really feel like he just has an inflated sense of, whatever it is. But you coming off like a scorned woman. You coming off like a scorned woman who, you played the side chick this whole time, and you mad because, he really decided he wanted to be with his main and not you. Michael Darby, sit your ass down. I'm so tired. As far as the whole thing with Karen is concerned, Karen, I don't really know what was going on. I want to say that I feel like your intentions wasn't to be messy, but everything says otherwise. Everything else, it comes off otherwise. It comes off as if you was trying to make it so that them two accidentally ran into each other. You even said multiple times that you want them to let Monique say her side. This is what I don't understand about this. I'm not gonna lie. This is what's making me mad. Not making me mad, but annoying. What more does Monique need to say? What more does she need to say? Why? Okay, when this whole situation happened, Monique had sat down when she shouldn't have, in my opinion, sit down and explain to all of these hoes that wasn't Candace what happened. To me, there wasn't even no point in that. You could have said that I apologize, for, putting you guys, like, in that type of situation, and that should have been the end of it. Point blank, period. But I don't understand why anybody feels the need, why Karen feels like Monique needs to come and explain herself again. She said what the fuck it is that she said. Now, whether they can accept it or they can't accept it, and 9 times out of 10 they're not going to accept it because they don't like Monique for whatever reason it is. Monique had a therapy session, where she finally admitted that she has been trying to get the approval of these girls. And I said that in like the video that I went on my little rant video about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I said it pisses me off that, because when Ashley and Monique had met up last time, and Ashley was like, "Oh, you look good." Monique was like, "Oh, that's because I'm not around them females no more." And I said, "Monique, cut the shit because you want to be." And I'm happy that she was at least honest with her therapist and said, "I am looking for approval from these women, and I don't know why." Monique, I don't know why either, but you need to do some deep soul searching and get that together and figure that out, because ain't none of these hoes worth nothing. And this is not me taking Monique's side in the situation. I'm just talking about, you don't need validation from anybody, especially not these whores, about what it is that you did or did not do. Who cares? Who cares at the end of the day? Nobody cares, okay? And so yeah, so that made me mad when Karen's like, "Oh well, I just wanted her to come and y'all need to hear her side." I do agree with Candace to a degree. Like, what side is there? Like what side does anybody else need to hear? She said her side when she sat down with everybody the first time. There is no other side. We all seen the tape. Like, I do agree with Candace at the end of the day. We all seen the tape. So either you're gonna believe what you believe, and that's to me what this whole season pretty much has showed, from on the camera and off the camera as far as the fans. Everybody's seen the tape, so you're gonna take from the tape what it is that you want to take from it. You seen what it is that you want to see, you take from it what you want to take. There's nothing else to be explained. There is no and that's what I don't understand. And I even said it before when Karen keeps saying, "Oh, the truth will come out." What is the truth, Karen? What is the truth? We've all seen the freaking tape, so it's up to you as an individual to take what you want to take from that tape. There is nothing that Monique can come and say to somebody who believes that Monique was wrong as far as putting her hands on Candace that's going to change their mind, because we've seen the tape. There's nothing that Monique can say, and vice versa. There's nothing that Candace can say. There's nothing that Candace can say to somebody who seen the tape and believe that she was the one in the wrong. It's all irrelevant at this point. It's all irrelevant. And at the end of the day, Karen, what you're trying to do is you want the girls to talk to her because you don't want Monique to get kicked off the show. But at this point in time, as much as I like Monique, I don't want her to be on the show no more, because I do not like the fact that it seems like she's looking for approval left and right, left and right. And we're gonna get to the whole binder situation in a minute, because everybody's so excited about that, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not. Okay, let's get to the whole situation. Like I said, Michael Darby, you want Juan. Don't really understand why. It's a little bit weird. When Juan had proposed to Robin or whatever, and he in the background looking like a mad angry white man or whatever, I'm like, okay, well, you want your boo, but it is what it is. Then, like I said, when all of the girls are sitting there together, and Candace is going back and forth with Karen, saying, like, pretty much saying, like, you should have my side. Now, I don't agree with Candace trying to force Karen to take a side. I think that's wrong, but whatever, they're going back and forth, right? And so then Michael, mind you, Chris is at the bar minding his business, looking like a nice looking white man with his little tux. He's minding his business at the bar, drinking or whatever. And Michael comes and taps him on his shoulder and is like, "You need to come and get your wife." See, Michael, you lucky right there, because see, the average nigga would have knocked you the fuck out. You don't tell no man. You don't tell no man he needs to go and get his wife. Who the fuck are you? And then Chris said to him, "What?" And he was like, you need to shut the fuck up and listen to me. You need to go get your wife. Michael Darby, you need to know how to control your alcohol intake, because that's your problem. Every single time we have one of these gatherings, it's always some shit with you. And that's why I find it funny, like I said, that this whole season been framed to be focused on Monique and Candace, when what we really need to be focused on is Michael Darby and how he acts and how messy Ashley is. Because what I don't want to skip over the fact, because I'm sorry to go off on a tangent, but what I want people to not skip over the fact with this whole, especially this last little situation right here, with the whole with Karen being accused of trying to set Monique and Candace up to like run into each other, that was all on Ashley Darby. Ashley Darby started that train, but she just did it in a messy way, to where, like, I don't know, some way she was still able to like slide under the radar. But all of that started, that whole situation right there, that started from Ashley Darby. That started from Ashley being the one. Ashley was the one who called Karen up on the phone when she was with Monique and said, well, you didn't invite Monique. She was the one who did, when they went to the wig shift party, brought it up again and told everybody that Monique came early. So I don't understand how we still focused on Monique and Candace tussling when we need to be worried about the Darbys and how messy they are. Ashley and Michael are like the messiest people on this show. They're the messiest people on this fucking show, okay? But then, like I said, so anyway, so Michael and Chris end up, like, you know, when Michael tapped him on the back and he was like, oh, you need to shut the fuck up and you need to listen, you need to get your wife. Like I said, you don't tell no man to get his wife. First of all, you heard her yelling. Right now, Candace was being loud. She was being loud. But my thing is, clearly she wasn't being loud enough to where Chris could hear her. You know what I mean? Because if Chris would have heard her, he probably would have turned around like, oh, what's going on? But secondly, what do you mean he needs to get his wife? He wasn't talking to Ashley. He wasn't up in Ashley's face. He wasn't talking about you. He was talking to Karen. If anybody would have said something, Ray could have went over. But you know what? Ray is smarter and he has more fucking decorum than you. If anything, Ray probably would have went to Chris and would have been like, hey, look, I don't know what's going on over there. Like, let's go over there and maybe see what's going on. But even outside of that, he probably wouldn't have to because they're grown ass women and they can figure it out their damn self, okay? Then Chris, like, pushed Michael a little bit, like backing him up, like, get the fuck off me. Oh, you're touching me. Michael turned into a straight fucking Karen. Oh, I'm calling the cops. Yeah. Then Ashley get up to go and see Michael and Candace go to see Chris. They end up kicking Chris out or whatever. Now, mind you, Chris is the problem, right? Chris is quote unquote the problem. But after Chris leaves, then Michael wants to get into it with production. I think what it was is that I think Michael was trying to say to production like that he didn't want them to show like what happened or whatever. And you want to go back and forth with these people and be arguing and yelling and trying to fight and all of this. Michael Darby, why is it every time there's a problem between you and production or you and somebody else, you need to control your effing liquor? Control your liquor. And if anybody needs to be controlling anybody, Ashley, you need to be controlling your man. And what I did not like about that whole situation is that once they got into it or whatever and separated, first of all, Michael, you lied and said that Chris hit you when he did not hit you. He touched you, but he did not hit you. Secondly, Ashley, this is between two grown men. Why are you as a woman now bucking up to Chris talking about oh, but you want to talk about your wife? Oh, but you want to talk about your wife? Ashley, you are not a man. You need to pull the fuck back and worry about what the fuck is going on with yours versus trying to come at Chris. Now, granted, some of the stuff that she said was valid as far as, oh, but you concerned about your wife. But at the end of the day, you are a woman. Those are two men that got into it. You need to back the hell up. Why are you going towards Chris? Now, if Chris would have put his hands on you, then he be in the fucking wrong, right? Or would it be a, oh, you provoked me situation? So which one would it be? Which one would it be, Ashley? Which one? So again, as a woman, step the fuck back and stop trying to step towards a fucking man. Get your man together. Get your man together. Get him together. Okay, he the one acting a plumb fool, running around. No, I don't even want to say allegedly. We seen the video of him grabbing the guy's ass in production. We seen it. If that is, it was this leaked one that came out. I don't know when it happened, but it wasn't the situation that they was talking about in Monique and Chris's basement. It was another one. So what are you talking about? The whole situation pissed me off because it's just all stupid at the end of the day. It's just all dumb. It's all stupid at the end of the day. Everybody end up going about their way. Ashley is pissed off at Michael because of course Michael don't know how to handle his alcohol and he's out there acting like a grown ass Karen, okay, doing the absolute most, talking about how I'm gonna call the police and rednecks and all of this other stuff. Like, you really think you better than Chris, Michael? You're not. You're absolutely not better than Chris in any shape, way, or form at all, okay? And so then it said that after, I guess the next day, that him and Ashley end up going to Bahamas, which AKA gives me a forgiveness trip. You fucked up, so here you go. I'm about to take you to the Bahamas to make you fucking feel better. And the bitch is pregnant by him again. You know what, Ashley? I can't wait till we're done with this whole ruse. You have your second baby now. I give the time clock about a year before you divorce this man. Hurry up, secure the bag like you're supposed to, but not one but two kids, and then divorce this man. Because I'm tired. I'm tired. He gets on our screen every day. He's tired. Before I go, I want to say this. So on the reunion next week for the Real Housewives of Potomac, everybody's so excited because Monique has a book. She has a binder, okay? She has a binder and it has quote unquote receipts in it. This is how I look at it. It gives me desperation at the end of the day. Again, like I said this before, Monique, you don't have to prove anything to anybody. That's why I wasn't excited when I seen, oh, she got a binder and she got receipts. I don't care about that, because why are you trying so hard, Monique, to prove yourself to these other bitches? It does not matter. It does not matter. That's why I'm not excited, because to me, all it does is just feed into more of the idea that you want to be accepted by these bitches so badly. You said what you said. If them hoes don't believe you, it is what it is. There should be nothing more that you should be doing. You should not. I'm not gonna be going around here gathering up all of this information and so I could put in front of you. I don't care enough about none of you hoes to do any of that. So to me, I don't know what's in the binder, but to me that it just makes it seem like you're more pressed, like you are the one that's really pressed about the situation. Yes, we all know that Candace is putting 20 on 10 and she's really pressed about it, but it just really comes off to me, it seeks, I don't know, to me personally, it comes off very desperate, like you girls don't believe me, so guess what, I'm gonna make you believe me. I got this and I got that. Monique, none of these hoes are important. You, in my opinion, outside of Karen, you are above the rest of these hoes. You're above them. So I don't see the need of you pulling out receipts about anything, especially since the case is done. The case has been thrown out. To me, that's your victory in itself. You don't need to say anything else. The case was thrown out. That's your victory right there. If I was Monique, fuck this binder. I'm gonna sit on this stage and I'm gonna look pretty. Everything y'all could say, null and void, bitch, because the case got thrown out. So now what? What else y'all gonna say? What else y'all gonna do? What else y'all gonna try to say? And if you really do want to stay on this show, bitch, stand 10 toes down. Fuck that receipt. Fuck the books and receipts. Stand 10 toes down on what it is that you said. Bitch, I said what I said. I did what I did. Can't none of you hoes come for me. Period. I don't need to pull out this, that, and the third to prove nothing to nobody. That's why I don't care about the damn binder thing. And that's why it's all stupid to me, girl. Because again, you just feeding into the, oh, well, let me try to prove them wrong. Who cares? All of them hoes is old, tired. Shout out to giving you the real tea, delayed and through. Period. Over it, y'all. Y'all get in the comments. Tell me what y'all think. I'm done.